School meals are very important to our students. I'm just fortunate to be in a district that is a CEP district. We've been a CEP even before the pandemic, where students receive meals at no charge. But these students, they value the meals. It's so critical for students to start their day off or kick their day off with a nutritious meal. We do breakfast in the classroom and different programs to make sure our students are able to eat and have nourishment or nutrition so that they can have a great day. We do recognize Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and that students who are hungry, they can't function. So it leads to better attendance in school. It leads to better performance. Once they have these meals, students can perform better academically and also socially. There's other things that students don't have to worry about when they receive these meals at no charge. Other things we do within our district are things like second chance breakfast. Second chance breakfast kind of lends itself to being able to take care of students when they don't get to school as early as possible. When students get to school just a little late, the traditional way was that lunch was over or breakfast was over, and with breakfast being over, students would miss that meal. But with second chance breakfast, it gives students another opportunity to grab food between the first and second period, so that they can go ahead and still get that nutritious start to their day. If we lost CEP status, that would be a tremendous impact on my student population. At this point, 100% of my students eat meals at no charge. If we went, we'd lose maybe about 40% of our students would not be able to eat. And let's put a tangible number to that. My school is a school of 750 students. We're talking about 250, close to 300 students that would not be able to eat meals, or even have to go through the paperwork of trying to qualify. And I tell you what, one of the most alarming things is that the margin to qualify. You know, I've had several conversations with students and families where when you qualify or don't qualify, the margin is, it's so narrow. So even if you don't qualify, the parents still may not have enough to afford to pay for a meal at school. So it's very critical to our situation that we have going on in Hoke County that our students do keep that status, and we are able to take advantage of students receiving meals at no charge. I tell you what, I do come from a family of poverty. I grew up right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm from Union County. I grew up in Wingate. I was the oldest of three siblings. And being the oldest of three siblings, single parent home, mom worked very hard to make sure we had what we needed. We definitely lived below the poverty line. With that being said, I had to take an initiative to learn how to do the actual form myself. Taking the actual form, had I not learned how to do that form, where it's not as much paperwork, where my mom doesn't have time to fill out pages and pages of eligibility requirements, I learned how to do the paperwork to where it was narrowed down to, hey mom, sign this. And once mom could just sign it, it took care of me, my younger brother, and my younger sister. We could have meals, and as something else I didn't have to worry about, as a young teenager, is my brother hungry, is my sister hungry? It's that we come from a caring home, but that doesn't become a priority when you're thinking about, are the lights working? Is the water running? Do we have clothes to wear? Do we have somewhere to stay? That's something that sometimes gets put on the back burner. So being able to have food at no charge as a teenager or a young teenager, and we can go ahead and eat and that's one less thing you have to worry about when you're trying to survive and move through life. I would say I just very fortunate to be a part of the panel with No Kid Hungry today, and even hearing the perspective from a superintendent, perspective from a teacher. It was just really powerful to know that this is an ongoing battle that we have across the state. That this is huge. Being a resource that students need to survive and need to excel academically. It starts with that meal. It starts with food and nutritious meals to get them going, and that's something that we oftentimes overlook. And then, someone that's never had to kind of, I guess, scratch together for a meal, someone that they wouldn't understand. Someone that's never struggled to know where's my next meal going to come from. they wouldn't understand how important it is for students to start off their day with a great meal and even have those meals for lunch. I just think as professionals, as educators, we're not just educating the academic part, but we're educating the whole child, and eating is a huge part of that.